spirituality has become a mess nowadays, especially because we are cheating each other. Let's be frank about this. Many people are making business out of things that they don't really know anything about, which is a shame, which is not correct, which is taking advantage of people insecurity. People are fragile, especially when we try to find a deeper meaning, and somebody else is gonna pop up on you just because he did a little course of a weekend or a couple of months or even 1 year about something, saying, I am spiritual, whatever, I'm the best one, I can do this and that. And it happens quite often, which is a shame, really. But there is an even bigger problem, in my opinion, in this field, like in everything else. We are becoming more specialized, and we are dividing things more and more in life. Even doctors, you have the doctors for the feet, doctors for the knees, doctors for the head. So in spirituality, you have all these people coming up with some kind of masculine and feminine retreat, men retreat, women retreat, ayahuasca retreat, and this retreat and the other retreat. So everybody's kind of splitting things apart, like we are different in reality. And I'm not saying that sometimes this thing is done with bad purposes. Probably sometimes it is. But maybe it's just where people are at the moment. They find something that resonates with them according to their interest, and they try to go deeper into it, like all this tantra silliness that you see in the world, that people are just masturbating and they think that they're doing something greater than that. They feel some kind of relief because there is lots of blockages and judgment in that sense towards sexuality. So they masturbate, they feel some kind of pleasure, they feel they're joining the divine, they're just having an orgasm, finally free with no issues. So it's easy to understand how misleading can be this kind of path, because we are playing like kids just with a portion of our psychological mind. And when we keep going into this direction, we have endless possibility of doing things and messing around all our life, and who knows for how long afterwards. In the sense that up to the moment that the things stay at psychological level, we can go to the therapist all our life and things will never be solved. He's gonna earn lots of money and you're gonna be stuck in the same point. It's like trying to trim a tree leaf by leaf instead of trying to get to the root. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm blaming the superficiality of how things are carried on, and unfortunately how marketing and things are putting this thing out in a very appealing way, because it's easy to confuse, to manipulate a confused person. That's why society doesn't encourage freedom. If I start to speak about certain desires you might have and I try to explain your problems, all the rest of it, you're eventually gonna bite my product, because you're gonna think, oh, this guy knows what I'm talking about. I have this issue, whatever, with this sexuality thing. He explains all the things. He reflects what I experience in my life. Let's go and play like kids in that playground for a while. But it's dangerous. It's dangerous because we are messing up, we're getting even more knots, in my opinion, and we are wasting money, time, resources, and the most dangerous thing is we're getting a wrong view about this thing called enlightenment, this thing called divine, this all rubbish concepts that are thrown out there in a very simple and careless way. So it's very dangerous and sad in one sense how many people are developing this kind of spiritual business, where in reality it's not a problem, because as everything in life we need to sustain ourselves. So there is no problem in earning money by dedicating yourself entirely to a specific activity. You can be a doctor, you can be a carpenter, you can be a spiritual teacher or qigong teacher, whatever it is, which doesn't make you any better of the carpenter, by the way. It's just a different aspect of life, different contribution. But what is dangerous is the way that we're getting manipulated. And as I said, I'm not blaming anybody, because sometimes we just don't do the right things because we don't know the right tools. So it's about luck for sure, but also it is about being intelligent. So questioning things and having maybe a little moment of pausing and verifying if what we are getting into has some kind of validity. Because most of the time you see somebody doing a little course and coming up with their own approach to something. I'm not saying that all of them are wrong. There are some genius out there that they understand a specific way of doing a specific thing, and that's great. But doing a little course and coming up with your own method when there are a lineage of people and traditions carrying on certain tools that are effective, that you can see it works on 100 or 1,000 people, so you can easily replicate those things. That's the best way to do something. You learn from somebody who has an history behind, in my opinion. Unless you meet a genius guy. You say that guy is a genius. He knows something and he's able to me to prove it, he's able to me to pass it on properly. I know I can replicate it. I know this guy is genuine, he can help me to do this thing. In that case, it's a good thing. But most of this entertainment, which is happening widely in this spiritual business, such as Tulum, Bali, all this nonsense, but it happens everywhere. It's really a shame, because we are losing their perspective, we are losing time, and there is a great thing about this internet thing, this globalization thing, which means that more information are available. I'm on the beach, I can film this video, you can watch it in South Africa, wherever it is. I can Google things and I can find out about methods that before were accessible only to a few people living in the mountain and that needed to be accepted by the specific teacher, because otherwise forget it about those things. So we have more possibilities. Well, we have also more possibilities to screw up ourselves. That's why these times require more awareness than ever. Like your phone, you have an amazing thing on your end, but if you are addicted to it and the phone is driving your actions, you're just wasting your life. If you use it once in a while or when it is needed to a certain action, you can even earn your living and live on a boat or do all the rest of it, and you may be doing something useful. So what I'm trying to say here is that we are in tough times. I believe we can see it in society. Who knows if we're going to be the last one, or there will be a few generations left, because we're playing with big tools. We have big tools and little awareness. And even in spirituality, we can end up in the same problem, or we can mess up things, and we can waste many years of our life. So it's nice to make sure we do some research first. And sometimes even things are not possible, they don't look possible, like the qigong stuff. Sometimes people write to me in a very unpolite way and they say, oh, you're just trying to scam people, whatever it is. Well, fun enough, maybe certain things, they look like are real, have some truth and validity behind, carrying on by generation. But in this big mess, things are getting confused, but things are available. So make sure to do some proper research before you enter into some kind of spiritual journey. And it is important to have the right vision. Inquire more inside rather than external things, because the external things will go. Try to understand yourself and the way you work. It's going to be more practical. You might eventually get to a moment when people offer you a ceremony, all the nonsense, or the workshop, all these things. You will say, I will just stay quiet. I'll sit, in my house, and it will be more productive to me doing nothing than getting involved into some kind of spiritual circus.